When you click Apply or Submit in the PVS LVS Run submission form, the run is started and a Reports window appears. At the end of the run, the Reports window displays the LVS report of the run, which will be used for debugging of LVS errors. This .cls report file is organized into several sections such as PVS LVS comparison, cell match statistics, summary, etc. When the LVS run error database loading process completes successfully, a run status dialog box appears, which summarizes the status of the LVS run. The red circle with a cross indicates that there are LVS errors, mismatches, or both in the design. The red circle may also indicate the comparison not run due to missing power or ground. The yellow triangle means the run status is no errors, but warnings exist. The green square means the run results are clean or match. Click Yes to open the LVS debug environment. The 5 possible tabs in the LVS error browser are Files, Shorts, S-Conflicts, ERC, Extraction and Comparison. S-Conflicts stands for Stamping Conflicts. Shorts and S-Conflicts tabs appear only if corresponding errors exist in the design. Typical errors encountered during LVS include shorts, opens, component mismatches, missing components and parameter mismatches. Shorts happens when 2 or more wires that should not be connected have been connected and they must be separated to clear the LVS. Opens are reported when wires or components that should be connected are left dangling or only partially connected. These must be connected properly to fix this. Component mismatches are reported when components of an incorrect type have been used, for example a low VT-MOS device is used instead of a standard VT-MOS device. If an expected component has been left out of the layout, that is reported as a missing component. Components in the netlist can contain properties. The LVS tool can be configured to compare these properties to a desired tolerance. If this tolerance is not met, then the LVS run is deemed to have a property mismatch error. For example, if a resistor in a schematic had resistance of 1000 ohms and the extracted netlist had the matched resistor with resistance of 997 ohms, and the tolerance was set to 2%, then this device parameter would pass as 997 as within 2% of 1000. The LVS error browser is a read-only GUI that displays information about your LVS extraction and comparison results. The Comparison tab displays comparison results. The browser is divided into 2 sections, Navigation Tree and Report. There is a third section called Hierarchy Browser. Navigation Tree represents report file generated by comparison, which is generally run name.rep.cls file. A matching CLS file does not mean that the design is clean. You need to check the remaining output reports as well. Navigation Tree comprises of 3 columns, cells, error count, and status details. The report section shows comparison report. You can select any item in the navigation tree to look at the part of the report, which relates to selected item, in the report section at the bottom half. Messages in the report section are hypertexted. You can select any link to highlight corresponding net or instance, in the design. When net is highlighted in Layout Viewer, the link is highlighted by the same color. To clear all highlights, you can use the Clear All Probes button on the toolbar or use the menu option Error/Clear All. The Hierarchy Browser is part of the Extraction and Comparison tabs. It shows the hierarchy of cells being processed during device extraction and comparison. The Hierarchy Browser context menu have a couple of options, to hide this hierarchy browser and to open the selected cell in the layout. How to analyze comparison mismatches in LVS-DE. Select the mismatched list in the Comparison tab to list out the violations. In the navigation tree, select the cell name involved in violation. The report details of the selected item are displayed in the report section. The messages in the report section are hypertexted. For example, here shorts and opens at cell named ECAT are selected in the navigation tree. The report section says that layout net 11 is shorting with 4 schematic nets. Click on Layout Net 11, and it opens the Layout Viewer and highlights Net 11 in the layout design. Similarly, click on any of the schematic nets and it opens the Schematic Viewer, and highlights corresponding net in the design. Visually analyze the connections or use probing tools in LVS debug environment to locate the short. Extraction is performed for both ERC and LVS runs. If there are extraction errors and no shorts or stamping conflicts are reported in design, the error browser initially comes up in the Extraction tab. The browser is divided into few sections, Navigation Tree, Report section and an optional Hierarchy Browser. The Extraction tab is shown with a red, yellow or green icon for errors, warnings or clean results respectively. The navigation tree lists errors or warnings being found in the design by the device extraction group, by cell or category mode. The report section shows the device extraction report. Information which is shown in the report section depends on cell, category or item selected in the navigation tree. Messages in the report section are hypertexted. You can select any link to highlight net or label in the layout or schematic viewer, or to zoom to selected coordinate. The Files tab lists input files of the run and output files generated by PVS. Any file can be selected in the left-hand window. Contents of the selected file are shown in the viewer on the right-hand window. In some cases, files shown in the left-hand window are not selectable, they are grayed out. In this tab, you have options to select and copy the text, search inside selected file, open any file in external editor, etc. The table lists all possible LVS output files. Note that, even if the .cls comparison report file, that contains the information on compared cells between schematic and layout, is showing a match, it does not mean that the design is clean. You need to check all other reports as well.